So yeah, you've been on my radar for a little bit, man. Uh, full transparency, you really, really caught my eye at BCW Anniversary 5. That was my first introduction to you. I was actually supposed to do commentary for your match. Of course, indie wrestling live events as they are, some mix-ups
Bro,
happen, but I was there and I saw firsthand the damage that was done there. We're going to touch on that a little bit, but let me touch into PWI 500, number 485, bro. How does that feel for you? I mean, tell me a little bit about that journey. Did you know ahead of time that you're going to be on the list?
no, so I didn't know at all if I was gonna be on the list. I kind of assumed that like this was the year I was gonna make it because during my first year, because I just did a full calendar year this past April. I did
It was
1 year.
time out. This is your first year.
This is my first year on the Indies. Like,
This is your first year in the Indies.
yeah, like I'm entering year 2 right now.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah, legit. Cause like so my background's with Johnny Rod. So
Mhm.
I trained with him for about 3 years, 3, 4 years, and like pure training. And then like, the training shows, the little student shows, stuff like that. But like independence, traveling, making a name for myself and PWI type things. I just got here to do all that.
You're doing it the old school way, man. Like people, let's say. So I talked like a lot of vets, and they one of their gripes with independence is like fans jumping over the barricade, right?
Mhm.
They talk about you're a fan one day, and next thing you know, you're over the barricade. You're doing a show the next week after a couple of training sessions. You've trained for 3 years under Johnny Rods himself. No easy way to train, by the way, as the legends have been told to me. I give you a lot of respect, man. That's equates to me like with NFL. I'm a big football guy. When they say the quarterback when you draft, they should sit a few years like Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers and not necessarily start right away. That sounds like the path that you went.
Oh yeah, 100%. Cause like even like being at Johnny's, like granted, I was the longest reigning light heavyweight champion there. I was undefeated for 3 years. Like I was never pinned like at all. And then I was the first dual champion in the company's history as light heavyweight champion, North American champion. So yeah, I did a couple things, but I still was never like the guy there.
Mm.
So that uh can what type of language can we use on here? Where we
Oh, dude, feel free,
Oh, okay.
curse
Yeah,
away.
like that piece of shit, PJ Savage, he was a guy that everybody loved. And so, I had to step away from Takeover. Face is cool though, because as you said, you've seen the damage that we did at BCW on my debut. Face is cool. Jacko, I'm sorry it had to be him, but fuck that guy, PJ. But enough about that. But I'm here, man. Like you said, to answer your first question, how it feels to be on PWI, it feels like I finally got the recognition that like I know that like I deserved. Because
Only after a year.
oh yeah, only but it was a tough year. Like believe it or not, it was a tough year. Like a lot of people they don't like how us as Takeover, well then Takeover, how we came in. Like legit, the name is Takeover, and that's literally what we did. We did all the drives, we went everywhere. We went to places where like they had predetermined decisions on who they was going to choose from a tryout camp or who they wanted to choose from there. And it's like we stepped in the building, we changed everything, legit everything. And then that rubbed a lot of people wrong because there were a lot of plans in place, but every time we walk inside the building, it was different. It's like, oh, well, we got to scratch that. Now we got a whole contender. And when you looked at how Takeover was, you had 4 guys who could fill any spot on the card, like legit any spot. You
And that's
need
exactly what
a
you want in a faction. That's the
exactly.
ideal faction right there.
Exactly. You need an opening match. You're gonna get an opening match, but it's gonna be a main event worthy type of match. You feel me? You need a tag team. We got a tag team in the Faces ones. You need in the main event. You got that between JBoujii and that piece of shit PJ Savage. But it's just we rubbed a lot of people wrong. They didn't like that because we were good. I mean, granted, I'm the best person out the group because again, I'm the only person that's recognized as one of the top 500 wrestlers in the world, and also
Oh, you got the receipts.
oh yeah, 100%. I was the only person who won their match when it came to Takeover versus STP. So yeah, I think me being on PWI, I think I deserve that.
They got it right. Some people always have some gripes about PWI every year, but it seems like you
Yeah,
got it
man.
right
It's
here.
always it's always something with people where it's like, oh,
Always.
they do this, they do that, blah
They
blah
did me
blah.
dirty, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. My first year out here, because like I didn't understand how it worked, like the evaluation period and everything. And I just knew that we were hot. So I didn't make it within like I think I was doing indies for like 8 months. I didn't make it then because obviously I wasn't out here long enough to have enough match. I was like, damn, why didn't they put me blah blah blah? And then once I finally looked at the criteria and what it was, I'm like, all right, I'm making it. Like literally, I remember getting the magazine, going through it last year's edition, not being in it, and I saved it. And I'm like, I'm gonna be in the next year issue. I set that to myself. And then my dog that I did have at the time, she ended up chewing up the magazine. And I'm like, you know what? That's probably for the best anyway. So here I am.
Here you are. It's a new beginning there from there forward. And to respect. You put it out there in the universe and you did it. You accomplished it.